Hello, good morning student. I am Basavaraja R C. Welcome to online classes. Little Paris Higher Primary School, JCR Extension 6th class Chitradurga. Today we learned about to introduce the 10th standard science syllabus. The science is split into two parts, part 1 and part 2. Next, part 1 contains the three major topics. First one is chemistry, second one is biology, third one is physics. Next, the chemistry is contains three major topics. The first one is chemical reaction and equation. In this chapter, we studies about what is chemical reaction, how the chemicals are react. Next, what is chemical equation, how to write a chemical equations, and what are balanced chemical equation, how to balance the chemical equations. Next, types of chemical reactions. Next, we study oxidation and reduction and corrosion and rancidity. Second chapter is acids, base and salts. In this chapter, we study what are acids and what are bases. What are the properties, chemical properties of acids and base. How do acids and bases reacts with a water. Third one is metals and non-metals. In this chapter, what are the physical properties of metals and the chemical properties of metals, and what happens when metals reacts with acids. Next, we go to in biology topics. Biology topics contains three major topics. First one is life process. In this chapter, we learned about what are the life process, and we study in how to nutrition occurs and types of nutrition, and how to organisms obtained their nutritions, and nutrition in human being, and how to respiration in human beings, and transportation in our body, how to blood transport one place to another place, and excretion in this method. And second chapter is control and coordination. In this chapter, we learned about the animals. In animals, the numerous system, how to the nervous system in works in our human body, and reflex arc and brain. In next chapter, our environment. In this chapter, we learned about how to ecosystems work and how to food chain the occurs. Ila food chain how to maintain in this chapter. And next one is the physics. In physics, first chapter is electricity. In this chapter, we learned about the electric current and circuits and Ohm's law, and the resistors in a series and in parallel. And next chapter, the magnetic effects of electric current. In this chapter, we know that the right hand thumb rules and the left hand thumb rules and a electric motor. In these chapters are a part 1 chapters. Next, we will continue part 2. In this part 2 containing three major topics, one chemistry and biology and physics. In this chapter, first one in chemistry, chemistry contains two major topics. First one is carbon, its compounds. In this chapter, we learned about how to carbon bondings and how to carbon the covalent bond, how to occurs the covalent bonding. Next, the saturated and unsaturated carbon compounds, the chemical properties of in carbon compounds. And second chapter is periodic classification of elements. In this chapter, we learned the how the classified the periodic table, and who is the father of the periodic table, and Mendeleev's the periodic table and modern periodic table. Next one is the biology. Biology contains two major topics. One is how do organism reproduce. In this chapter, the how to organism the reproduce and how to the copies are exactly themselves. Second one is reproduction in animals and plants, and how to reproduce in higher plants and how to reproduce in animals. And second one is heredity and evolution. In this chapter we know how what is heredity and how to evolutions and what are the fossil fuels. Next is physics. Our first chapter is light. First we learned in this chapter what is the reflection of light and refraction of light and the refractive index of a light. Next one is source of energy. In source of energy, what are the sources of energy and conventional sources of energy and non-conventional sources of energy. And third one, next one chapter is sustainable management of a natural resources. In this chapter, the forest and a wildlife and water for all, coal and petroleum. We are all the in this chapters we studied. Thank you.